A $200 sandal costs $11 to make. The other $189 is not craftsmanship. It is not comfort engineering. It is the celebrity face on the billboard, the influencer unboxing video, and the seasonal markdown cycle designed to make you feel like you scored a deal on something that was always overpriced. We ranked 10 summer shoe styles that elegant women over 50 have quietly stopped wearing, and the reasons go far deeper than trend cycles. These are styles built on discomfort, poor construction, and a retail industry that profits from selling women the idea that looking young requires looking uncomfortable. Starting with a style whose entire business model depends on you not examining what you're actually buying. Number 10, platform flip-flops. Platform flip-flops became a staple of beach resort shops and fast fashion chains through the 2000s and early 2010s. The pitch was simple: the height of a heel, the ease of a sandal, but examine what you're actually wearing. A molded foam base, a synthetic rubber or plastic thong strap, and a platform wedge made of pressed cork substitute or rubber compound that begins delaminating after roughly 40 wears. Retail price sits between $35 and $85. Manufacturing cost is closer to $4. The platform adds zero arch support while creating an unstable heel-to-toe gradient that increases ankle roll risk on uneven surfaces. Podiatrists have documented elevated rates of ankle injury associated with platform sandal wear in women over 45 because the platform masks proprioceptive feedback, meaning your foot cannot feel the ground accurately. When you're paying $60 for a shoe that actively undermines your balance, you're paying for the aesthetic of height without any of the structural engineering that makes height wearable. Number 9, clear plastic mules. The transparent shoe trend arrived from runway styling and was immediately mass-produced at a fraction of the engineering that makes transparent materials wearable. Real PVC and thermoplastic polyurethane shoes sold between $50 and $120 trap heat and moisture against the foot with no breathability whatsoever. In summer temperatures, the interior of a clear plastic mule reaches conditions comparable to a sealed plastic bag in direct sunlight. The result is blistering, friction burns, and persistent odor within 3 to 5 wears. The material also scratches easily, yellows under ultraviolet exposure within a single season, and has zero resale value. Not elegant. Not practical, not durable. It is a photograph-first purchase that deteriorates in real life faster than any other material in footwear. Women who have built a genuine sense of personal style recognize this instantly and avoid it entirely. Number 8, logo-covered espadrilles. The espadrille is a legitimate and historically elegant summer shoe. The jute-soled canvas upper construction dates back centuries in Mediterranean, Spain, and France. And when made correctly, it is breathable, lightweight, and appropriate across a wide range of summer occasions. What is not legitimate is the luxury logo version, sold between $250 and $600, where the espadrille's humble construction is dressed in monogram canvas or embossed leather and marked up to simulate luxury footwear pricing. The jute sole still degrades rapidly in moisture. The construction is still glued rather than stitched on most models. The logo adds no structural value. You are buying a canvas shoe with a printing cost. Women with genuine style authority have moved back toward the unbranded artisan espadrille, sourced from Spanish or French makers, priced honestly between $40 and $90, because they understand that the history of the shoe is the prestige, not the logo stamped onto it. Number 7, stiletto sandals for daytime occasions. This is less about the stiletto heel itself and more about its application. A stiletto sandal at a summer wedding, an evening event, or a rooftop dinner is a considered choice. A stiletto sandal at a farmer's market, a museum afternoon, or a summer lunch on a cobblestone street is a practical failure dressed as elegance. The heel diameter on a true stiletto sits between 7 and 13 millimeters. That concentration of body weight on that surface area, transferred to pavement, gravel, or soft lawn, creates a physical instability that requires constant muscular compensation. After 50, the connective tissue and muscular efficiency that compensates for that instability quietly declines. The elegance of a woman who moves with ease, with intention, with composure is destroyed the moment the shoe is working against her. Truly elegant women over 50 choose heels with intention and never apologize for choosing a block heel, a kitten heel, or a flat when the occasion and the terrain demand it. Number 6, overly embellished jeweled thong sandals. There is a version of the embellished sandal that is genuinely beautiful, hand-beaded, artisan constructed, worn in Greece or Morocco by craftspeople who have made them the same way for generations. Then there is the mass market version, sold through department stores between $80 and $220, where the embellishment is glued plastic rhinestones, acrylic beads, and machine-sewn metallic thread applied to a synthetic leather or bonded leather base. Bonded leather is not leather. It is a fabric backing coated in a polyurethane layer printed with a leather grain. It peels, it flakes. Within 1 to 2 seasons of regular summer wear, it separates at the high flex points near the toe post and the ankle strap. When you're paying $150 for a sandal that begins visually collapsing within 6 months, you're paying for the sparkle on the shelf, not the integrity of the shoe. Number 5, ultra minimalist barely there sandals. The barely there sandal, 2 thin straps, and a paper-thin sole became aspirationally positioned through luxury fashion weeks as the ultimate expression of confident simplicity. The retail version, priced between $60 and $300 depending on the brand name attached, delivers thin synthetic or split-grain leather straps over a sole with no meaningful cushioning, no arch support, and no heel cup. For women over 50, plantar fasciitis, metatarsal stress, and heel pad thinning are documented physiological realities, not vanities. A shoe with zero cushioning and zero foot retention transfers all ground impact directly to structures that increasingly require support. Elegant women over 50 have learned that true minimalism in footwear requires maximum engineering beneath the surface. The flat sandal they actually wear has a contoured footbed, a supportive shank, and full-grain leather straps that soften with wear rather than cut in. Number 4, neon and color-blocked athletic slides. Recovery slides moved from athletic locker rooms to streetwear culture in the mid-2010s, and the fashion cycle pushed them into summer casual territory. They are appropriate footwear for pool decks and post-gym recovery. They are not elegant summer footwear for a woman who has spent decades developing personal style. The issue is not comfort. The issue is that a molded foam slide in neon orange or color-blocked purple communicates zero intentionality. Elegance is composed of choices that signal awareness of occasion and context. A slide in a neutral, structured form with leather or quality synthetic construction is a different category entirely. The athletic slide in high visibility colorways is designed for a demographic that prioritizes social media visibility over coherent personal style, and it imports that energy regardless of what it's paired with. Number 3, wedge sneakers. The wedge sneaker is fashion's most persistent category error. It was sold as the solution to wanting height without heel instability, but it delivered neither the casual comfort of a true sneaker nor the posture effect of a proper elevated shoe. The construction typically involves a canvas or synthetic upper glued to a carved foam or rubber wedge, with a platform height that disrupts natural gait mechanics without providing any athletic cushioning. Retail pricing between $70 and $240 has never reflected any meaningful material or engineering investment. The silhouette reads as dated within 2 to 3 seasons of each trend cycle, meaning the investment has no longevity. Women who understand value in footwear recognize that a shoe requiring this much structural compromise to deliver a cosmetic effect is a shoe designed around insecurity rather than confidence. Confidence in summer footwear comes from a shoe that moves with the body, not against it. Number 2, cheap metallic strappy heels. The metallic strappy heel is the summer shoe equivalent of fast fashion evening wear. designed to photograph beautifully, engineered to fail within 3 to 5 wears. The metallic finish is applied as a thin foil laminate over split grain leather or synthetic material. That laminate cracks at flex points, peels at edges, and oxidizes into a dull, aged surface faster than any other finish in footwear. The heel itself, on mass market versions priced between $45 and $110, is a plastic column covered in metallic fabric with a cheap ferrule at the base that wears through on pavement within a few outings. The straps are often bonded leather or coated synthetic, narrow enough to dig into the top of the foot under any sustained walking. When you're paying $90 for a shoe that looks used by the third event, you're not buying elegance. You're renting the appearance of it for one evening and paying full price. Number 1, logo branded rubber flip-flops positioned as luxury. Several major fashion houses have, for the past 15 years, sold rubber or molded plastic flip-flops bearing a brand logo for between $200 and $550. The construction is identical in terms of materials and manufacturing process to flip-flops available at any pharmacy for between $4 and $8. Injection molded rubber or EVA foam, a molded or inserted thong post, a brand name embossed or screen printed onto the footbed. The cost to produce between $6 and $12. The markup exists entirely because the brand name functions as a social signal, and the fashion industry has successfully convinced a portion of the market that wearing a logo on the sole of a shoe communicates wealth rather than a willingness to pay $500 for an $8 product. Elegant women over 50 understand something fundamental about this transaction. True elegance has never required announcing a brand name from the bottom of a shoe. It is communicated through fit, posture, fabric, and the quiet confidence of a woman who stopped needing external validation long before she turned 50. When you can buy a beautifully crafted leather sandal from a skilled artisan for $80 to $120, paying $500 for molded rubber with a logo becomes not a status statement, but a financial decision you cannot defend. 10 styles, 1 clear pattern. The summer shoe industry profits from selling women the idea that youth, status, and elegance can be purchased in the form of discomfort, synthetic materials, and visible branding. The elegant women who have walked away from these styles have not become less stylish. They have become more powerful in their choices because they understand what they're actually paying for. The cost per wear math is simple. A $90 fast fashion sandal worn 4 times before it fails costs $22.50 per wear. A $140 full grain leather sandal from a reputable maker, worn across 3 summers at 40 wears per season, costs just over $1 per wear. The brands and styles profiting from seasonal disposability rely on you never completing that calculation. Elegance in summer footwear is not about restriction. It is not about avoiding comfort or refusing to wear flat shoes. It is about understanding that a shoe built well, fitted correctly, and chosen with awareness of occasion communicates more personal authority than any logo, any platform, or any trend cycle ever could. Feel the weight of a sandal before you buy it. Check whether the footbed has any real structure. Ask yourself whether this shoe will look as considered in 3 years as it does today. If you couldn't answer that question honestly for any of the 10 styles in this list, now you understand why elegant women over 50 stopped wearing them. Subscribe for more honest style and value breakdowns, and check out our video on the only summer wardrobe investments that actually hold their value. It's on your screen right now.